Well, hello, I'm Joanna with Blissful Baby Sleep Coaching. I'm here with Nahal, and we are doing kind of a celebration call because we just finished doing some sleep coaching with her 3-year-old daughter. And I'm so glad that she reached out because Nahal was under the impression that that sleep training was like if you didn't do it by 1 years of age, like it was over. Like there was not you were just a lost cause. And so we totally broke that myth. And by the way, you guys, just so you know, we can, it's never ever ever too late to help a child to sleep because it's a learned skill. So I work with families with children, all the way up to like 10 years of age. Um but anyway, so Nahal, tell me how you were feeling. What did life look like before you called? Like, what was the last 3 years looking like and feeling like?
Okay, so the last 3 years, my daughter was sleeping in the master bedroom with my husband and I. For the first 2 years, she was in our bed co-sleeping, but then I got her to go into her crib next to me. And so she would wake up multiple times even though we were sleeping, together and co-sleeping. She was waking multiple times in the middle of the night and just asking for my arms so she can soothe herself back to sleep, and so I couldn't fall back asleep, and it was just horrible. I was so exhausted every day. She was exhausted too because she was waking up multiple times in the middle of the night, and so, um, yeah, so we were all just very tired.
Yeah, and I remember the first time we talked, it was, exhaustion. Also, your daughter was like, having a lot of tantrums, was really cranky. She was hangry, like she would be so tired that she would be so hungry and so tired, but she would be so tired that she wouldn't eat. So then it just created more
Yes,
of
the vicious
uh,
cycle.
the vicious cycle. And this that you're working from home right now, and so there was all this demanding energy during the day where all she wanted was you all the time for everything.
Yes.
And that your husband was worried because you were just like beyond exhausted, like migraines, body aches,
Yep.
just kind of falling down the rabbit hole of exhaustion.
Yeah,
So
I felt
what
like
made
I
you
couldn't.
decide? Yeah, go
Sorry.
on.
I felt like I couldn't function anymore because I just constantly would have migraines because I was so tired and exhausted. I couldn't concentrate at work. I couldn't give my daughter 100% of my attention and play with her, and just felt very, very sick all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember like you felt like kind of like nauseous. And then what made you, not only because you were worried that you were already too late, that this you were, because she was 3, you were too late to the game to solve it. What else kind of held you back? What other things were you thinking about where you hadn't reached out for help before?
I was scared. I thought, having her sleeping next to me, we had a bond together, but I was wrong because after learning all the little tricks that you have taught me, to get her to sleep in her own room, that has created more of a bond between us than, just sleeping next to each other and just waking up every few hours and then just being irritable every day, both of us, because we're so tired. Um, Also, I was afraid that, it wasn't going to be a gentle sleep coach because the only thing I heard about in the past was the cry it out method, and I didn't wanna do that to her, and I didn't wanna put her through that. So, that's the reason why I never sleep trained, was because I thought that was the only option I had, and I just didn't wanna put her through that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we basically kind of busted a couple of really big myths, which is number one, it's never too late. Number two, you do not have to cry it out. That is not a requirement. Like there are so gentle sleep coaching works, and it's very, very supportive to the child and very supportive to the parent that is taking on the role of helping teach that skill. And that this idea that closeness and feeling emotionally connected, it's unless you're doing a co-sleeping, therefore you're not connected, emotionally connected, when in fact what you're saying is that you were so physically emotionally exhausted, that all you were was irritable. And where's the connection in that? That now that she's sleeping better, you're sleeping better, there's just literally like more love to give, more energy to give
Yes.
because everyone's well rested. So it's kind of like what's that word? Like a paradox, right? You
Right.
think, oh, if I'm attentive all night long, then surely she'll know I love her more. But in fact, it wasn't really about that. It was like now you can be more attentive to her in a more meaningful way.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And so how was the process for you? Like,
It was
was there less tears than you expected? Like, like, you were so afraid of crying out and you were so afraid. So how was it?
it was amazing. She really didn't cry because of being in her room or in her crib. The only time she cried was because I didn't let her do one thing, but Joanna taught me, the different tricks that I can incorporate to help her to learn that to think that she is in charge. And so that really helped, the different tricks, the different journals, that the pictures that I took, she really enjoyed. And now we have those memories and those little things to bond with. So
Yeah.
it's been
And
very nice.
yeah, I would say this. So her daughter, you guys, just so you know, her daughter is extremely verbal and very strong-willed. So that was another thing, is that we had to craft a plan that took into account her temperament and where she was developmentally. And we were constantly evolving and shifting and moving at the right pace because we knew we couldn't go too fast or too slow because she was, a 3-year-old whip smart 3-year-old, highly verbal, right? So what does it look like now, Mom? Like how is life different now that she's in her own room, in her own bed, sleeping like 12 hours a night,
It's
waking up
amazing.
happy? Yeah.
We all wake up happy. Um, I have more energy to play with her. She has more energy to play whatever she wants to play, or throughout the day. She has less tantrums, rarely even any tantrums. Um, and she just really loves being in her room herself, and she feels, that's her space now, and she really loves it. So it's been really, really nice.
I know. And that was one thing you were kind of afraid of. You're like, she's going to be so far away.
Yeah,
But in fact, she loves her room
she
and
loves her
she feels
room.
really safe and
Yes,
secure there. So
yes,
that's
she does.
awesome. So if you had any parting words you'd like to say about the process or about life as a well-rested mama, what would you like to share?
First, I just want to thank you for, helping me get through this. It was really tough the past 3 years. Um, but just by you being there and your support, it really means a lot to me. Um, if anyone is just thinking about, going through you to get help with their sleep situation, I highly recommend you. Joanna has been there for me. She responds right away to text messages, to emails, to anything. And you are so skilled at everything you do and just teaching me the different sleep cycles. And like keep saying, the different tricks, because it's not only the tricks that has helped with her sleep, it's helped with different aspects as well, in the day-to-day life with the toddlers. So those tricks have helped me with other areas too. So if anyone is thinking about or on the fence of, hiring Joanna as a sleep coach, I highly recommend her and you won't regret it.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm glad we have another family with beautiful, blissful sleep. Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you.